What's going on, Top Notch family? In today's video, we are going to be talking about the players that are under the most pressure to win a NBA championship this upcoming season. We got 3 to 4 players, and also you guys can comment down some players that you guys think that are under the most pressure. But if you guys enjoy my content, make sure you drop that sub, turn on notifications. Please drop a like; it helps my channel grow, helps the video go out even farther. And please comment down. I appreciate you guys so much. So this is not going to be in no order or anything like this. It's just going to be my personal list of why I think these players are under their most pressure. So we are going to be starting off with player one, and honestly, this is one of my favorite players in the league, Ja Morant. Now, the reason why I say Ja Morant is because, one, when you just look at the games played so far with the Memphis Grizzlies, right? Injury, miss all last season. Injury once again. He's dealing with a lot of injuries. But not only is he dealing with a lot of injuries, he's also dealing with a lot of stuff outside of basketball. A lot of stuff that, is kind of pushing him away from being the face of the NBA. Because let's be honest with you guys, Ja Morant, before all these situations that happened outside of the NBA, I personally think he would have been the face of the NBA. Now it's looking like it's going to be Anthony Edwards, possibly Wemby. That's what the truth is, right? So Ja Morant has a lot to prove this upcoming season, especially after missing pretty much all last year off of injury. And the Memphis Grizzlies have always been a good team. They're still very constructed, very well, and I still think they have to go win a championship real soon. Because if they don't, there's going to be a lot of questions with their star player, Ja Morant. Do they keep him? Do they let him go? And he's a very talented player. But if they're going to keep dealing with injuries, and I understand injuries is part of the game, but if they're going to keep dealing with stuff that's outside of the court, that's distracting the team, that, may distract Ja Morant, whatever the case may be, they might have to let him go. So I feel like this is a big year, especially that the year that the Memphis Grizzlies had last year, they are expecting a huge season out of Ja Morant and just the Memphis Grizzlies in general. So I personally think there is a lot of pressure on him. And like I said, he's a great player, superstar player in my opinion. 25 points a game, 8 assists, and about damn near 6 rebounds. And I can't wait to see him play next year. And the crazy thing is, the dude's only 25 years old, so he's still fairly young. But there's definitely the pressure is definitely building up a little bit, especially after seeing Luka being in the NBA Finals. And Ja Morant and Luka have been compared for a long time. So if Luka's getting there, you got Ant Edwards, who's making it to the Western Conference Finals, almost damn near to the finals. Like Ja Morant, there's definitely some more pressure on you, my boy. So that's my first person. Let me know in the comment sections of what do you guys think about Ja Morant. Now, number two, I feel like this one is obvious, but maybe it's not. And we are going to be talking about Joel Embiid. Now, Joel Embiid, one of the best centers in the league. If not, you can say 1A, 1B, whatever the case may be. Jokic, Joel Embiid, I think they're both great. I think they're both talented. Only thing is, Jokic has a ring and, has some MVPs, but so does Joel have some MVPs. My concern with Joel Embiid is that his body's breaking down and he just can't play an 82-game season. And it's not even about playing an 82-game season. It's when they need him the most, he is never healthy. In the postseason, he is never there. And if he is there, he's just not healthy. He's playing 60%, and it's just not going to get the job done. So we can look at from 2017, 2018 to 2023, 2024, this team has not got out of the second round. And so when you add a player like Paul George, when you get rid of, Tobias Harris, the 76ers had one of the greatest off seasons so far. And it even got to be so far. They did have the greatest offseason, adding a player like Paul George, adding so many talented, role players around Joel Embiid. Like this team right here, there's a lot of pressure on the 76ers, but there's just a lot of pressure on Joel Embiid because he's their best player. And so I could show you this, guys, real quick on the screen. And I'm just showing you the stats because just look at the games played, and I think we all know. I mean, the dude's a 30-plus point score every night. That's cool and all. But, like, when you look at it, 433 games played, he's been in the league for like 7 to 8 years. That's not the greatest. But what I will show on the screen right here is just the 76ers playoff history. And like, this is what I was looking at. I mean, you could kind of go back from 2007. They have not, 2007, the closest they've been was literally the second round. They have yet to get to the third round. the NBA Finals. So there is so much pressure on this 76ers team and Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, one, needs to be healthy. And then when you're seeing a player like Jokic winning championships, like I said earlier, and winning MVPs and doing things that, Joel Embiid should doing, there's going to be added pressure, especially last year, what we seen Joel dealing with injuries and just another early exit. So that's my second player in the list. We got Ja Morant as number 1. We got Joel Embiid as number 2. And like I said, these are very, very great, talented players. Joel Embiid is still fairly young, but he needs to get his act. Well, yeah, he's still 30 years old, so that's still fairly young. He needs to get his act right, because if he doesn't, man, oh man, there is going to be a lot of questions. And also, if you think about it, as a 76ers front office, what if Joel Embiid's like, I'm tired of losing, I just want out? That can always happen. I know Joel Embiid says he wants to retire as a 76ers, but that's all talk. Now, third person on the list, in my opinion, is going to be the GOAT, the greatest player of all time, LeBron James. So the last time they won a championship with the Lakers was in 2020. Guys, we're heading into the 2024-2025 season. And to be honest with you guys, the Lakers playoff history ever since that hasn't been the greatest. It really hasn't. Like, this team is struggling bad, and it's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. And I'm gonna show you on the screen what the Lakers have done these last couple years. But when you have a player like LeBron, when you have a player like Anthony Davis, and you need a win. So let's just look, right? So that's when they won the championship. But after that, they lost in the first round, didn't make the playoffs. Then they made it to the conference finals. They lost. They didn't win a game. They lost 4-0. And then just recently, they lost in the first round. And yes, I get it. Well, the Lakers should have won the series anyways against the Nuggets, this and that. But they didn't. So there's a lot of pressure, one, on the Lakers, but also, two, on LeBron James. I get it. LeBron James, in my opinion, is the greatest of all time. But I feel like he wants to win one more ring. This dude could retire right now, and we'll still look him at better than Jordan and this like that. But this has been a disgrace, because when, LeBron James does eventually end up retiring and stuff like that, the Lakers are not going to be winning a championship anytime soon, unless Bronny James somehow mysteriously turns into the greatest player of all time, better than LeBron James or Kobe, whatever the case may be. So I definitely think there's a lot of pressure on this Lakers team. You got a new head coach in JJ Redick. You just drafted Bronny James. You got LeBron James. You still got D'Lo over here. This team has to be competitive. So it's going to be interesting to see with all these three players, and I'm definitely going to be paying attention a lot to the 76ers, a lot to the Memphis Grizzlies, and then a lot to, the Los Angeles Lakers and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is, the Denver Nuggets ain't going nowhere, and one of the things is the Lakers struggle against the Denver Nuggets. So they need to get over that hump, and then possibly they can win a championship, because the Lakers, at the end of the day, when you have LeBron, you can compete against anybody. So those are kind of my players on the list that needs to win a championship or have like the most pressure under them for this upcoming season. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed today's video, once again, drop a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. I love y'all, and I'm out.